Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. So last time out we went to the student council president to try and find out who the hell is the creator of this app, and we couldn't find that out, but she pretty much gave us a big clue, sending us to this kid who's basically not come to school in a long time, and so she's asked us to take a letter to him, pretty much pointing to the fact that he's the kid that we're looking for. So that's where we're heading now. We're going to be heading to his house, and we're going to be giving him this letter and try and get into a discussion with him about what the fuck's going on with this app and like what the fuck's he doing, basically. So yeah, we're going to be talking to Shinomiya. That's his name. So yeah, the story will progress. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. I've got nothing else to do. I've done all the side quests and social links and all that kind of shit. So let's move on. Fancy his ass house. What an asshole. Can't you see I'm trying to pretend I'm not here? I do like that line. He's pretty funny. To be honest, Shinomiya is pretty pretty entertaining character, all things considered. Can be a bit of an annoying prick at times, but you know, he's not too bad. He had a few questions about the Gods app, and he's like, "Shit, how did you know?" Alright, so we got in fairly quickly. That's nice to see. I'm trying to remember, in the story, I don't think they ever really explain how Shinomiya is where he is. You know, how he's like in this big, massive apartment and can afford all these like really super expensive like computer equipment all by himself. You know what I mean? I don't think that's ever really explained. It's just kind of a given that, yeah. I think it's just like an assumption. I think you can just make an assumption that, you know, he has rich family or something like that. So yeah, he's in the same year as we are, so he's in us because we're second year. Because Ko and Asuka are second years, they're same as Shinomiya, with Sora being the first year. But here is Yuki Shinomiya, and yeah, you can probably tell that he's going to be a major character. Oh, he's a first year technically. Oh, that's what it was. I think he hasn't done enough attendance. He was talking about us being in the same class. Ko and Asuka being in the same class. He's a first year along with Sora, so there you go. I got that wrong. I was being a bit of an idiot. I do like, he is a bit of an asshole when you first meet him, because he's this very kind of, you know, arrogant kind of douchebag. He's just like, I suppose I can give you peons a small amount of my time. You know, that kind of thing. You're a year younger, bitch. Show some respect. Yeah, so Ko's just about ready to punch a hole through his face, and Sora's kind of like, just, you know, chill out. He's not that bad. Just relax for a minute, eh? Okay. 彼は私たちの顔すら知らなかった。なのに、ここに来るまでの間に私たちの名前とクラスを言い当てた。 So yeah, he didn't really know who we were beforehand, but had all this information about what year we were in, the classes and all that kind of thing. So yeah, obviously hacked into the school's database in order to get information on us, super sharpish like. And again, here he's just a bit of a condescending piece of shit, really. You know. But that's his kind of thing. He's a hacker. Kind of. It's another, I guess you could call it a bit of a stereotype that you see in anime a fair bit. You know, the kind of the technical whiz. You know, the kid who's like a technical whiz kind of thing. That's something which is done in anime a lot. You know, high schooler being like really awesome at you know, at high school is like really super intelligent and stuff like that. You know, kind of like like in the Persona series, in the 4 you had like Naoto, who was kind of like a high school kid, but who was also a super awesome kind of like detective. So yeah, similar thing. So he's going to tell us about what the Gods app actually is. So yeah, apparently it has an auto hack feature hidden into it, which by the way sounds extremely fucking illegal. But so you input your worries, and depending on what it finds, it'll generate so yeah, basically hacks into your phone and sees all the stuff on your phone, like able to look at your text and whatever and see what you're kind of worried about, and then can kind of take information, you know, take information, your personal information, and based on that, it gives you like an answer that you would really want, which makes the app really accurate. But it's also super fucking. It is majorly fucking illegal. So yeah. Well, clearly not Asuka, because he's actually fucking done it. And she's like, yeah, because there's apps capable of more advanced tasks. Just saying. You know, engineers at her work, obviously, is what she's pointing towards. And yeah, really early on, he is very, very, very much like a super arrogant kind of jackass. And you kind of tend not to like him at first until he kind of gets kind of shown up a bit later on, which is glorious to watch. But whatever. Yes, that's why we're here, bitch. So yeah, basically Yuki Shinomiya seems to be saying here that he knows absolutely nothing about why these things are happening anyway. And here he's being a complete dick. You know, just say, I could give a shit about your fucking friend who almost died in a car accident. It's like, yeah, I have no idea how Ko keeps his cool, doesn't like knock his block off. But anyway, but it seems to suggest here, basically that he knows absolutely nothing about it. That it's basically something really, you know, you know, it's something that might be happening outside of his knowledge. It seems as if the Eclipse might be involved in it, but he doesn't really know anything about it. So it kind of says that he created the app, and he does illegal shit to basically hack into everybody's device who kind of downloads it. Sorry. However, it doesn't seem as if he's some sort of diabolical genius, a kind of evil mastermind who is, you know, using the Eclipse to cause these accidents to happen or whatever. It seems to be more of a thing that he doesn't really know about. I don't know why they have to do that. Bow. Why is bow in a speech bubble? You can just show her doing it. I do like that reaction from Yuki there. My apologies. So yeah, basically this is a Yuki Shinomiya's older sister. I will have to wait. I can't remember her name at all. Fuck, my brain. And Yuki's being an asshole. Again, he continues to be an asshole to his sister as well. So yeah, he doesn't really give himself, you know, seriously, he doesn't really give the best first impression when you kind of meet him for the first time here in the you know, sorry, here in the game. So whatever. That's certainly one way of putting it, Ko. He's a bit of a jackass, is what you mean. Do we find out what her name is? You gonna tell us? Yes, please tell me. I can't fucking remember. Yeah, here we are. Fucking finally. Aoi, yeah. This is Aoi Shinomiya. Basically Yuki's older sister. And basically, I guess early on is kind of she's portrayed basically as kind of the opposite of what you've been introduced to with Yuki, in that Yuki's a bit of a arrogant asshole. He only really cares about kind of showing off and kind of displaying how kind of genius and brilliant he is. She's very much the kind of the opposite, where she's very, you know, kind and generous, and is basically kind of just a very sweet, nice person. Kind of the opposite of Shinomiya, of Yuki, rather, where she's kind of like, you know, she isn't arrogant in any way either. And of course, she doesn't know anything about the God's app, and so it kind of points to the fact that he basically doesn't really tell her anything about what he's really doing. He just kind of tries to keep her at arm's length a lot of the time. And yeah, she's the curator at the museum. And so yeah, this means we're going to find some new areas to go to, which is, you know, always a nice thing when you got new areas that you can go to, and, you know, new places of the world that you can explore. It's an area which I really like. Oh, they do explain it, do they? Let's see. Oh, that's what it was, yeah. Their parents, their father in particular, is someone who is part of a government agency, but he didn't really get on. Yuki didn't really get on with his dad, so basically it's just like wants to get out there as soon as possible. I mean, he in this picture, you're supposed to be trying to feel sorry for him, but you know, even here he just looks like an arrogant asshole, kind of condescendingly looking down on the rest of his family. So, you know, but basically somehow he is basically, so he's given a little bit of money by his dad, and then I think he kind of it's never explicitly said, I don't think, but he has ways of making money. So, you know, he probably makes money through the Gods app and makes money through like stocks and that kind of thing, and doing online stocks and that kind of thing. But it's something which is kind of not really 100% strictly necessary to know. You know what I mean? It's not something that's strictly you don't need to know it for the sake of the plot. So it's just kind of hand waved away of like, yeah, Yuki does stuff to make money on his own, and so he can afford to rent a place like that. That's pretty much all there is to it. So yeah, we found out a little bit about, so through Aoi we have been able to find out a little bit about, or find a little bit more about Yuki's kind of background in his personal life, and why maybe he's such an arrogant jerk, and maybe why he's talks the way that he does to people. To that little punk. I like that. Ko's still not happy with him. Yeah, so he's even really kind of pissed off Sora a little bit. We have to take care of everything quickly, so yeah, she just basically wants to take care of everything quickly so she can chew him the hell out. Which I kind of like. I kind of like that. And, it's a bit of a different side to Sora, where she's kind of like, that guy's a prick to his sister, so therefore I want to complete this quickly so I can have a right go at him because he's a piece of shit. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we're left with the situation as it is now, where we basically have to meet up again to try and find out, because we still don't really know whether the Eclipse is involved or not, so we still have to find all that stuff out. We just know that Yuki doesn't really know anything about the accidents side of it. And so yeah, now Aoi has got the Gods app on her phone, and she seems to have got a notification which is a bit weird, so I wonder if something is going to happen to her. Well, let's wait and see, shall we? I shouldn't jump to conclusions like that. I mean, it's a bit much. But anyway, it's the next day. It's Sunday, so it's a day off. I have to say I do like that house design. It's a very nice looking house. I wouldn't mind living in a place like that. It looks awesome. And now we're in Ko's room, which you can go into, and you can you can kind of heal it up, do it up and buy things to make it look a little bit better. And that is kind of reflected in it once you've bought, and that is reflected in the cutscenes as well, which I kind of like. Who's this? I don't recognize the number. Hello? It's Yuki. He just says it so matter of factly. It's just like, actually, it does. Yes, Ko's 100% right. It does matter that you have my phone. What the fuck's going on, you piece of shit? Yep. So Aoi, Yuki's big sister, has now gone missing. He's been trying to contact her all day, but she's not picking up, which is, as we saw from her personality, she's very likely to just pick up immediately if Yuki started phoning her. And Yuki's checked it, and basically she realizes that So yeah, basically he checked it up and realized that she involved the gods. She downloaded, fuck my throat, the Gods app onto her phone just before she disappeared. So he thinks that it's probably related. Which, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. So yeah, we're going to be meeting up with Shinomiya, and as well as Sora and Asuka to try and find out what the fuck's going on. So that's the next thing we've got to try and work out. And I also think these shots are so not necessary, but you know, it's just like to show. Because I think up to this point we haven't seen Sora and Asuka in their normal kind of outside of school clothes, so gotta show that off. As we saw, she got a notification from the Gods app and it kind of freaked her out, so it has to be something to do with that. Yeah, so now we've got to look for some clues to find out what. So we've got to find Aoi at this point. So now we've got to go and look for some clues to find out, of course, where the hell she could possibly be. Yuki's already phoned up the place where she works, the gallery where she works, and she never went. She never turned up. And she said she had a few, so she had a few errands to run. And does he know anything? Of course he doesn't, because he never pays attention. And of course he doesn't, because he never pays attention to anything his older sister says, because he's a self-obsessed, arrogant piece of garbage. So yeah, that makes things a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? Maybe you'll learn to listen next time, you stupid asshole. So yeah, and for this you earn an AP point. So you want to go to Brick Alley. If you answer this question correctly, then you get an extra AP point. Extra AP points to go towards your to getting the best ending of the game. So it's well worth making sure you get these answers correct. So yeah. So now we're going to be heading over to Brick Lane, and we're going to be doing some investigating to find out where the fuck she is. Really? Yuki, can't you just piss off home? You're not going to be any use to us, son. Not in your current state, anyway. No comments. I like that. Cool. Time comes, we'll have to step back. Yep. So, yeah. And should say... Wait, there you go. Yuki is tagging along with the party, and our wisdom has increased. So that's really useful. But anyway, that's it for this part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. Join me next time when we'll be heading over to Brick Alley in order to search for where Aoi's gone off to and see if we can find out where she could possibly be. So join me next time for the next part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, where we'll start our investigation in the search for Aoi. See you next time.